Yo, what the is this? Bro, what the? Yo, what is? No! Oh my God. It's a truck! No, man. Only in America, bro.
Do want to say this. I will never repudiate or reject a child for falling victim to the propaganda of the Rainbow Army or the Transformer agenda. I won't do that. As much as I do not support those agendas, I will never castigate a child for having fallen victim, been manipulated into joining one of those armies. I'm saying this because I'm hearing black men with gay sons. I'm hearing black men with transgendered children say that they have disowned their children. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. No parent has the right to dismiss a child for making an un-African decision or being manipulated into joining an un-African agenda. You have no right to distance yourself from your child. You have no right to reject your child. You have no right to condemn your child. That is still a child. That is still a child. That is still your child. And guess what? Because I know after 30 years of studying black child mental health, I know after 30 years of studying black child mental health, no black girl, no black boy joins the Rainbow Militia. There's no black boy or no black girl who will join the Rainbow Militia if they did not have identity issues, self-esteem issues, or sexual issues that are rooted in their family of origin. I'm going to say it again. Any black boy or girl who gets recruited into the Transformer militia, they don't end up in that militia if they didn't have identity issues, self-esteem issues, or sexual issues rooted in the family of origin. So how dare a black man or black woman say they're going to reject their rainbow or transformer child because they don't agree with the lifestyle? I beg your pardon? Do you realize you played a role in your son becoming a rainbow? Do you realize you played a role in your daughter becoming a transformer? Maybe if you didn't emotionally abuse your daughter, she may have never considered transforming. Maybe if you didn't emotionally abuse your son, he would have never felt he needed the love of another man. Maybe if you didn't abandon your children for another relationship, maybe if you spent more time with your children than your homies or your girlfriends, they would have never been left around mentally ill adults who would sexually abuse and molest them, sowing the seeds for later life recruitment into those armies and militias. Brothers and sisters, don't ever turn your back on an African child. Don't ever turn your back on an African child. I have two beautiful daughters. God forbid, ancestors forbid, they get drafted into the Rainbow Army, the Snow Puppy Army, or the Transformer Army. But if that happened, I'm not repudiating my child. They're going to know I don't agree. They're going to know I don't agree. But I'm not rejecting them and dismissing them from my life, not at all. Because I have to look for the role that I played intentionally or accidentally in the creation of the circumstances that allowed my two beautiful children to become a victim of the rainbow militia, the transformer militia, or the snow puppy militia. Stop throwing your children away. Just because they made a wrong turn don't mean they can't make a right turn a little bit later. Just because your child made a wrong turn today doesn't mean they can't make the right turn tomorrow. People walk into those communities and people walk out of those communities. But I want you to know one thing for sure and two things for certain. If your son or daughter is a rainbow or a transformer, if your son or daughter is a rainbow or a transformer, you played a role in it. The family system, the family unit, the family environment is the soil in which all mental illness seeds are planted, harvested, and nurtured. I'm going to say it again. I need you to understand, overstand, and understand. I'm going to say it again. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand. I'm going to say it again. All mental illness comes from the family of origin. All mental illness comes from the family of origin. Your son is an alcoholic. What role did you play in it? Your daughter is promiscuous. What role did you play in it? Your grandson has low self-esteem. What role did you play in it? Your granddaughter has bulimia or a related eating disorder. What did you do to make that black girl think she was so unattractive that she had to go on an eating binge or starve herself almost to death to look better than what she looks now? What did you do, Grandma, to mess with your grandbaby's self-esteem that she's now a bulimic? She's now a purger of food. She's now starving herself to fit in some little underwear because you made her feel her natural African curves were so unattractive. Don't talk to me about dismissing no children. Don't talk to me. Your son is a pedophile. Your 15-year-old is touching little kids. Your 10-year-old is touching little kids. Well, do you think he just woke up doing that? Do you think he had a dream and the demons possessed him to start touching little kids in the neighborhood? Either he was touched or he experienced emotional abandonment, so he forced himself on a child who could not refuse his emotional advances. Every problem comes from the family. It comes from your immediate family. It comes from your extended family. It comes from your neighborhood family. And although I am anti-transformer, don't get me wrong, I grew up watching the Transformers, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee. I like the Constructicons, the Decepticons. I like the sisters. You gotta be careful out here on these streets, but I'm talking about the children. Miami, Florida, I am in the building. Miami, Florida, I am in the building. South Florida, I am in the building, and I want to see all of my South Florida Africans, all of my Caribbean Africans and continental Africans who live in Florida. I want to see my Puerto Rican Africans, Dominican Africans, Cuban Africans, my Bahamian Africans, my Belizean Africans, my Brazilian Africans. I want to see all my South Florida Africans today. at 2720 Northwest 67th Terrace, 67th Place, Miami Gardens. It's an outdoor celebration of African culture, history, life, and resistance. I said it is an outdoor celebration. Food, vendors, music, performers, and it's the first lecture of Leo season. First lecture of Leo season. I respect Miss Jane Elliott. I don't have any problems with Miss Jane Elliott. But there's nothing she's teaching I didn't already teach you. There's nothing she's teaching that I didn't already teach you. The problem with you 21st century Negropeans, the problem with you 21st century Negropeans, the problem with you 21st century Negropeans, you don't listen until a white person tells you. Somebody sent me an article the other day. Somebody sent me the article of a day that the psychiatric medication they give to black children is dangerous. I've been telling you that for 30 years. Somebody sent me an article the other day that they're trying to normalize pedophilia. I've been telling you that for 30 years. Somebody sent me an article the other day that the reading disability has been based on faulty evidence. I've been telling you that for 30 years, but you're acting like it's new information because the Caucasian is bringing it to you. Brothers and sisters, this is Intercontinental 𝚂𝚂𝚁𝙸𝙺𝚴 coming to you live from Miami Gardens, Florida. Coming to you live from Miami Gardens, Florida. I'm coming to you live from Miami Gardens, Florida. Come on out today. The event is being sponsored by the Direct Descendants of Africans Enslaved in America organization. I said the event today in Miami Gardens from 12 until 6 outdoors in the sun is being sponsored by the Direct Descendants of Africans Enslaved in America. Come on out and support them. Free event, no excuses, food, vendors, music, games, and of course, King Kong consciousness.